Once upon a time, in a peaceful kingdom, there lived a kind and beautiful girl named Princess Lila. She had golden hair, a sweet smile, and a gentle heart. Everyone in the kingdom loved her. Even though she was a princess with everything, castles, dresses, toys, and treats, Lila sometimes felt lonely. Her parents, the king and queen, were always busy. She had no brothers or sisters. She played alone in the garden, read books in the library, and watched the stars from her tall tower window. One day, Lila went for a walk in the village. She loved meeting the people, helping the children, and talking to the old farmers. As she passed the fountain in the village square, something caught her eye. A strange little cart stood nearby. It was full of shoes, tiny shoes, sparkly shoes, even shoes with bells. Behind the cart stood an old woman with white hair and twinkling eyes. She looked at Lila and smiled.
Looking for something special, dear?
The woman asked kindly. Lila shook her head.
Just walking.
The woman reached into her cart and pulled out a pair of red shoes. They sparkled like rubies in the sun.
These shoes are magical,
she whispered.
They will dance when your heart is full of joy.
Lila laughed.
They're so pretty, but I have no money.
You don't need coins, princess,
said the woman with a wink.
Kindness is enough.
Surprised, Lila took the shoes. When she looked up, the woman and her cart were gone, as if by magic. Back at the castle, Lila tried on the red shoes. They fit perfectly. The moment she stood up, gentle music filled the air. Her feet began to dance on their own, light, happy steps. She laughed and spun around the room. The red shoes made her feel alive and free. From that day on, Princess Lila wore the shoes every morning. She danced through the halls, the gardens, and even the village. Wherever she danced, people smiled. Flowers seemed to bloom faster. Birds sang louder. The kingdom felt happier. But one evening, the sky turned dark. A cold wind blew through the kingdom. The sun disappeared for many days. People grew sad and quiet. Trees lost their leaves. The river stopped flowing. It felt like the whole land had fallen under a shadow. The king called for the wise men and the healers, but no one knew how to bring back the light. That night, Lila stood in her room, looking at the grey sky. Her red shoes were quiet. They didn't dance anymore. She felt a tug in her heart, a whisper like someone calling her name. Lila! She turned. No one was there, but the shoes began to glow. Follow your heart, the voice whispered again. Without a word, Lila put on the red shoes. She stepped out of the castle and into the cold night. The shoes moved her feet forward, through the garden, down the hills, into the dark forest. The deeper she went, the darker it got. Strange eyes watched her from behind the trees, but the red shoes kept glowing, lighting her path. At last, she reached a clearing. In the center stood a black crystal tower, tall and cold. Inside the tower sat a sad, pale figure, a girl with long dark hair and no shoes.
Who are you?
Lila asked. The girl looked up.
I'm the Princess of Shadows,
she said softly.
I once had joy, but I lost it. And now the whole land sleeps in sadness.
Lila stepped closer.
You don't have to be alone.
The girl shook her head.
I cannot leave. Only light can break this spell.
Lila looked down at her red shoes. They were glowing brighter than ever. She took them off and placed them at the Shadow Princess's feet.
These brought me joy. Maybe they can help you too.
The moment the girl put on the shoes, the tower cracked with light. Music filled the air, the trees lit up. The cold wind stopped, the spell was broken. The two girls stepped out together, hand in hand. As they walked, the world came back to life. Flowers opened, rivers ran, the sky turned blue, the people cheered. From that day, the Princess of Shadows became Princess Mira, Lila's best friend. They lived in the castle together, laughing, dancing, and bringing joy to the land. And though the red shoes were gone, Lila didn't miss them. She had found something better, a true friend. Moral of the story: kindness and courage can light up even the darkest places. What kids learn from this story, The Princess with Red Shoes? This story teaches us many beautiful lessons that children can understand and remember. Let's talk about them one by one. 1. Kindness is a special gift. Princess. Lila didn't have to buy the red shoes with money. She received them because of her kind heart. The old woman saw how sweet and caring Lila was. This shows that kindness is a gift, and when you are kind to others, good things come to you. You don't always need gold or coins. Sometimes love and kindness are enough. 2. Happiness grows when you share. Lila loved her red shoes. They made her dance and feel happy. But when she met the Princess of Shadows, she gave away her shoes to help someone else. That was a big and beautiful thing to do. Lila shared her joy, and it helped the whole kingdom. This teaches us that sharing what we love can make the world brighter and help others feel joy too. 3. Listen to your heart. When everything was dark and sad, Lila heard a small whisper calling her. She followed the voice and trusted her heart. Sometimes we feel something deep inside telling us what is right. Even if we're scared or unsure, listening to that quiet voice in our heart can guide us to something wonderful. Our hearts often know the way. 4. Courage can change the world. Lila went into the dark forest alone. She didn't know what would happen. She was afraid, but she kept going. That is courage, doing something even when you are scared. Her bravery broke the spell, saved another princess, and brought back the light. This shows us that being brave can make a big difference in the world. 5. True friendship is more magical than any spell. In the end, Lila found something more precious than magical shoes, a best friend. Together, she and Princess Mira laughed, danced, and brought joy to the kingdom. This teaches us that real friends are like sunshine. They help us grow, smile, and feel loved. Magic shoes are fun, but friendship is forever. Final message: be kind, be brave, share your joy, and always follow your heart. Even when the world feels dark, your light can help others. Just like Princess Lila, you can bring smiles, hope, and magic to everyone around you, not with spells or crowns, but with love, kindness, and courage.